Hello, YouTube family, Facebook family, Instagram family, anybody that this message reaches. Hello. Washington, D.C. was recently shook with the chains of events of missing black girls. I went to sleep one day last week and then I woke up and it was like 16 missing black girls within 24 hours. And that's crazy. Now, as of today, March 25th, that number has risen to 34 and is rising every single day. The latest reporting being a 16-year-old girl named Angel Burrell, last reported missing on the 200 block of 43rd Road Northeast at 6:30 a.m. on a Wednesday, March 22nd. She was reported missing the next day, March 23rd, and that is 3 days ago. We still haven't heard any further information on this young lady. Anything really. Her family hasn't speaking out. Nothing. So we're just wondering, like, what's happening. And then I am an Apple iPhone user. My Amber Alert is on my phone, and we today at March 25th have 34 reported missing children, and I haven't received a single Amber Alert in the year 2017, period, for nobody's child. So why not? Why haven't we? Why haven't we gotten one? Why have we not gotten one Amber Alert for all these missing children in DC? We haven't gotten any Amber Alerts. Okay, so the guidelines for the Amber Alert, number one, is Amber plans require law enforcement to confirm an abduction prior to issuing an alert. Okay, yes, that's the parent calling the police saying, hello, my child is missing. Okay, you got it. And law enforcement must confirm. Plans require a child be at risk for serious bodily harm or death before an alert is issued. Okay, anytime someone takes a child that does not belong to you, that does not have permission to have this child, they are in danger of any kind of harm. For an Amber Alert to be effective in recovering a missing child, the law enforcement agency must have enough information to believe that immediate broadcast to the public will enhance the efforts of the law enforcement to locate the child and apprehend the suspect. So you're telling me that it might be able to help you locate the child, but because it won't give you the person who took them, it can be warranted and issued an Amber Alert? Age. This is where it gets tricky to me. Every state adopts the 17 years of age or younger standard. Most Amber plans call for activation of the alert for children under a certain age. The problem is that ages vary. Some plans specify 10, some 12, some 14, 15, and 16. Differences in age requirements create confusion when activation requires multiple alerts across states and jurisdictions. Overuse of the Amber Alert system will undermine its effectiveness as a tool for recovering abducted children. Disagree, because you will use whatever other methods to get robberies and drugs, especially narcotics, field. You all will do the same thing over and over to get these things, and it makes it not less effective. You get them sometimes you don't. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, it helps you though, and you're going to use whatever help that you can get. So if it's anything having to do with children being taken or missing, why should that matter? Why should that matter? Use it until can be used no more. So these children that have been missing, were 17 and under, and I did not get. Did anybody else get a Amber Alert? I didn't receive one Amber Alert. The child's name and other critical data elements, including the child's abduction flag, have been entered into the National Crime Information Center, NCIC. Great, thank you. Again, why didn't I get an Amber Alert? That was with the guidelines. I missed it. Did you all get it? I missed it. Of course not. No. Bullshit. That's why. Send out these alerts. You don't know who could have seen what, not knowing that what was going on, whatever the case was. Anything. People could have been on alert. These children could have been more located. I've seen one located. I'm definitely going to make sure I try to put that up here. One located. And to me, you all should not be even satisfied with located. When they tell you, oh, kids located, return home, where the hell was she? Who was she with? How did she get there? No answers. They don't give us any answers to any questions that we were really like dying to know. They give you the bare minimum to like, oh, she's home, here you go, she's located. Shh. No, goddammit. Where the hell was she? Was she returned the same way she was taken? Was she taken? Was she a runaway? Like, what was really going on? Like, we need to know the details of these things. In America, at least 2,500. The minimum number I'm going to say is 2,500. 2,500 black people go missing every year. Just missing. Not killed. Not accounted for. Missing. And the number of these missing black people every year does not decrease. Why would a number of missing black people not decrease? Because they are taking our black people. Duh. Just because they talk about how much they hate us, how much they don't want this, we're the minority, we're the lesser, we're the inferior, we're the lower class, we're all of these things, but yet they steal our culture. They call it their own. They say they created stuff that they know they did not create. And now they want our life. You want my heart. You want my liver. You want my kidney. But you don't like me. But you want my black heart. Okay. So sex trafficking is going on. Government kidnapping. Organ harvesting. All these things are happening. They're taking our people right off the street. Right off the street in front of our face, in front of our eye. And using their organs. And using them as sex slaves. Kendrick Johnson, the young man who was found in the gym mat, rolled up in the gym mat in Georgia. They buried him, blah, 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 and shout out to his parents. They just were not satisfied with what they were being told. They just were not satisfied. So they had his body exhumed. They had his body dug up, and comes to find out, he didn't have any organs. And then they stuffed him with newspaper. So, who's accountable for that? No one has any answers. No one acts like they know what's going on. This is so not what's supposed to be happening, but nobody is taking responsibility for it. I'm gonna end with this. Organs are the only commodity that people must have to live that you cannot buy out of the store. Bring home our girls in DC. Bring home our girls everywhere. Parents, you need to have a tighter leash on your children. I know that a lot of you have to work. You don't have people to run after your kids. I know your kids are at school for 7 hours, then 2 hours before school, 2 hours after care. You don't really get to see and spend as much time with your children because We know we're set up in a world now that we can't just have one job and we can't just have this and come home. We have to do all these things to be able to provide, to be able to live. We don't get paid as much as it's costing us to actually live. So I know, parents, that you can't keep your eye on your child 24/7, but have extra measures, parenting guides or whatever on their phone, curfew. Make sure if you can pick them up, drop them off. Like, it's so many things that you as a parent that you can help prevent. Because I know my mother had tight like this. She ain't have me on no leash like the way people do. But I will say that my mother at church, at their church, she goes to the church morning, she would not let me go to the bathroom by myself ever. I was probably a senior in high school or something, even still then. And where she said you could look back in the church and see the door to the bathroom, but she never let me go to the bathroom by myself. Her thing was, ain't nobody gonna grab you and go into one of these other mini classrooms and doors and things that's in this church. Like, parents, get on top of it. Get on top of it. I know you're tired and things, but my parents, I never stood at the bus stop. I mean, if I did, my dad was parked right there watching, or I sat in the car with my dad, or whatever the case is. I didn't ride Metro alone as a child. I didn't ride Metro until I was an adult. Just watch over your babies. Watch over these babies. It's scary. It's scary. It's one thing to get sick or something happen, but it's one thing to wake up one day and see a child smiling, and then they walk out the door and you don't see them again. You know anything or have any information on any of the young girls that are missing, whether it be because they ran away, which is another thing. We know some girls are running away from things. We know home is not always perfect, but you should let somebody know so that there isn't a report or someone thinks that you're actually really missing. You know, like, just try to get a family member you trust to help you with the process of getting out of the home, if it's abusive or whatever the case is. But just don't run away without people wondering where you are. But everyone have a good evening. Let's keep on top of this in DC. Get our girls home safe, back the same way that we lost them. And good night.